Hey guys, Verlis here, and today we have one of the strongest, most impactful Pokemon of all time, in my opinion, Togekiss. What an incredible Pokemon for, like, just strength and what it can do. Even though it's the most black and white, one-sided strategy ever, Para-Flinch has had some sort of impact in every Pokemon meta since Togekiss, since 4th Gen pretty much. And there are a lot of variations of this, and mostly there's a lot of things you can do with Togekiss that aren't Para-Flinch. So, first up, I'm trying out like a new idea with the showdown, just kind of have everything set up if I'm doing different sets. So, first set, this is one I never saw, and I decided to try it. And it was kind of one of the most hilarious things I've ever done. I took a Modest Nature Togekiss, maxed out his special attack and speed, put the last point in hit points, and I just gave him a Choice Scarf and only used Air Slash. It actually turned out to be incredibly strong because you're going to be outspeeding anything above 275, 280, and that means that they're just going, like, you're going to be outspeeding everything, and you're going to be locking them down with a 70% or a 60% flinch chance. With a 372 special attack, it's just really strong, and you can counter a lot of things that you generally would be weak against. Anything that would have outsped you, you just kind of run over them. And the thing is, Togekiss has naturally just really strong sets, he's a 2-hit, 3-hit KO without too much investment in tankiness. Still a really strong Pokemon. So, Choice Scarf Air Slash, you can get away with 1 or 2 flinches not coming through and still knock out 2-3 Pokemon. Really strong. And now we have the traditional Para-Flinch. First turn, Thunder Wave. Second turn, Air Slash. Throw on the Razor Fang item, and now they have a 70% chance to flinch, 50% chance to get paralyzed. Yeah, you're going to attack like 1 in every 6 turns or so. It's not okay when it boils down as a strategy. And when it's used against you, you can pretty much only counter it with ground types or praying that you don't get flinched and then critting it or something. It's a really, really tough strategy to go up against. With this one, you don't need to worry about speed as much because of Thunder Wave, so you get a lot more tankiness out of it. You can get a max special attack, put the rest into hit points, 4 points into speed or defense or wherever you want it. I think defense is actually better. And yeah, it's really beastly too because you can roost back anything. Since your opponent's going to be Thunder Wave, it's going to make it to where you're going to get that free roost if they did less than half your health. So you can eventually get all your health back and then Air Slash them down or wait until Thunder Wave paralyzes them. This strategy is just not cool in that it's one of those strategies that, while not being completely luck-based, it's still very annoyance-based because when you put the numbers up, Air Slash and Thunder Wave, like, it's not like you're betting that they're not going to move. The odds say that they're not going to do anything. It's just very frustrating strategy. Now, there's also a set that isn't used as often, but it's a complete tank Togekiss. What you do, you go Special Defense Nature, max out the defense hit points, put a little investment into the special defense, and now you have a really tanky Pokemon that's going to be harder to knock out than any of the other Togekiss sets. It has access to Roost, access to Thunder Wave like always, but instead of having Aura Sphere for type coverage and being able to use it against evasion, you just have Nasty Plot. You get more special attack by doubling your special attack in one turn after you go Thunder Wave, Nasty Plot, Air Slash. And it's a really fast setup, really reliable setup, and again, it's one of those things that once you get locked down, there's kind of nothing you can do against it, and when you're getting hit by a 500 power stab Air Slash, yeah, it's kind of just brutal. And you can keep using Nasty Plot if your opponent can't directly counter you, which turns you into just a crazy sweeping Pokemon. If you also want to just take it to the next level, you forego Roost, and let's see, where is it? You can just kind of get a little extra coverage going on, like Protect, just really try to annoy your opponent as much as possible when they think that they've got you down. And it can work really, really well in a, a double strategy for this one, because the other two are more one-on-one based. You're going to lock out your opponent and you only have one opponent to lock down. With this one, you're going to be tankier. Put it next to Light Screen, put it next to something that can use Earthquake like a Garchomp, and it's just going to be really brutal. You also can use Tailwind instead of Roost. That way you kind of have like a temporary agility to where you can sweep for those turns that Tailwind is up. Once you get Nasty Plot, Thunder Wave set up, go Tailwind. Even though it is, or Thunder Wave, Nasty Plot, Tailwind, even though it is a lot of setup, you might be tanky enough in a double battle with like a Reflect or a Screen Up to be able to put that off, especially if they're not focus firing you. And with leftovers, you're going to have you're still going to have some form of heal in the end. So it's pretty awesome. Then you can get Air Slash Sweep going. That's really good. Another thing you can do instead of Tailwind or Nasty Plot is look at this. Look at these stats. Togekiss is a health sponge. It's just going to be an incredibly strong tank, which means, you know, you have Tailwind. I had it up and I just saw it. Follow Me, wherever Follow Me is. Follow Me is just an just crazy move that you can really use, and now you're going to be making your MVP not get hit by anything unless it's a double hit move. So that's a couple things that you can use Togekiss for. Just, in my opinion, one of the strongest Pokemon. It's always going to make an impact in the meta some way. It's always going to be one of those Pokemon that can be a serious threat, and it generally gets a 1-for-1 every time it comes out in battle, if not more. So, hope you guys like this video. Starting to do more of the older Pokemon, as you can see. Togekiss is just so good, so annoying, a very cheap-ass Pokemon, but useful nonetheless. So, hope you guys like this video, and most importantly, have a nice day.